There are some important points that need to be understood because the seat count is deceptive.
That's right. Labour didn't really win the election by a landslide. Or did they? Let's run through the numbers and you tell me. As of the time of making this video, 90 seats have been given to Labour. Here's where I'm going to make the first 2 points that we are going to refer back to. First of all, two-party preferred, 54.8% in favour of Labour. Primary votes, as said in the previous video, 34.7% of votes. This is where I'm going to make my first point. The claim Labour didn't win, the preferences did, is unquestionably false. Because if the primary vote of the party totals is all that matters to you, Labour wins unquestionably, beating every single other party. Now, this hasn't yet addressed whether it was a landslide win or not, but if you had any doubt as to whether Labour deserved to win this election, off your own metrics, the answer is unquestionably yes. But we're going to come back to this statistic. This one is the most important by far, and suggesting otherwise shows a failing of understanding the system we vote in. First of all, nobody's outright stated this, but I start to wonder if people believe that it is set up such that one of these two people will win. The answer is no. The answer is that these just happen to be the two largest parties by a substantial portion. They're the largest and most popular parties, both federally and in most electorates as well. As such, just for the sake of gathering results, we collect data on the two-party preferred between these two parties. There is simply not enough support behind other parties for them to be a factor in who is going to be Prime Minister. So I apologise to One Nation, Trumpet of Patriots, and People First supporters. Your candidate simply isn't popular enough. It just so happens that people do not utilise their vote like you utilised yours. To claim otherwise is claiming fraud, in which case I cannot help you anymore. To recap, we are sitting at 54.8% for two-party preferred for Labour in 2025. In 2022, it was 52.13%. In 2019, the coalition won two-party preferred at 51.53%. 50.36%, 53.49%, 50.12%, 52 point something percent. The recording button's covering it, but it's still less than 54. 52. Look here, Labour won two-party preferred popular vote at 50.98%, but still did not win the election. 53, 51, 50, 50, 51, 53, 50. Look at this. Malcolm Fraser at 54.6% in 1977. Currently, as the count continues, Albo's two-party preferred is still above this, but it could go below. But if we want a definitive answer, it is still Malcolm Fraser. Malcolm Fraser is the last Prime Minister, the last, who got a two-party preferred count percent higher than Albanese in 2025. Whether his result will remain better than the 1977 outcome is still to be determined, but nonetheless, he's the first Prime Minister since Malcolm Fraser to get a two-party preferred that high. He also won a similar amount of seats in 1975. Also, if you want a fun fact, as for the Labour Party itself, Albanese's two-party preferred is the best two-party preferred since John Curtin in World War II. This is much higher than Albanese's two-party preferred, it's at 58.something%. Nonetheless, Albanese's two-party preferred now is the highest since this for Labour. Did you notice that not in a single one of those results did the two-party preferred percentage deviate from 50-something to 40-something? Never, not once. So when we consider it's a representative government, that's why it's called the House of Representatives, and we look at the two-party preferred in relation to other elections, in the context of the time we are in, Albanese has delivered a landslide victory, unquestionably. As for this, why is the primary vote so low? It's because people know how to use their vote. We have a preferential voting system. There is more information on this now, so people actually utilize this to the best of their ability. Greens voters, for example, not all of them, but a very big portion of them, vote the Greens, knowing that they're going to preference Labour next, because they want Anthony Albanese to be the Prime Minister instead of Peter Dutton. That's what they did. They know it, they're aware of it, but they do it because the system allows them to do it. Because if we didn't have preferential voting system and they voted the Greens but they wanted Anthony Albanese to win the election, they've thrown away their vote. Preferential voting means that if your vote is otherwise going to be thrown away, it actually instead gets delivered to the candidate you would prefer over the candidate that you hate the most. Only now do people start to complain about a voting system like this, because they got a result that doesn't suit their agenda, doesn't suit their views. They don't want it. But do you know what third-party voters would do if we had a first-past-the-post system, like America? They would instead not use their third-party vote, they would instead vote for a major party, like they do in the United States. That's why the United States only has two options, because if we had the same system here, we would also only have two options. Stop complaining about the system that is actually here to benefit us, so we can actually use our vote the way we want to. And if you disagree with anything I said here, and you agree with the paid shill Peter Credlin of News Corp's wonderful outlet Sky News, I am sorry to tell you, you are brainwashed, you are wrong, and you will not listen to anything based in fact. Thanks.